This is it. Will Orlando Pirates break the 14-year heartbreak, or Mamelodi Sundowns will continue with their dynasty of winning the league for the 9th time in a row? And as of today, the Betway Premiership is just a 2-horse race, and it's coming down to the wire. It's between Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns, and these two teams are actually separated by 2 points. And after so many weeks, all these teams now, the both of them, they are in game 26. They have played 26 games. They're remaining with 4 games. And that leaves them with no room for error, especially Orlando Pirates. Looking at Sundowns, so Sundowns might have a pile-up of fixtures that they need to play because of the continental football. They have to play a final of the Champions League on the 15th and the 24th of May against ASFA. So I think that will kind of disturb them, their momentum and other things. But Orlando Pirates will only have one test of them going down to Cape Town to play Stellenbosch at Athlone Stadium. Other than that, the other remaining fixtures will look like the fixtures that Orlando Pirates, they should win. But now, when it comes to all these things, these are the things that we're able to talk about. Sundowns is sitting at 61 points after 26 games, and then Orlando Pirates is sitting at 51 points after 26 games. So, when you look at all these, Sundowns, they still have to play the second leg of the game against Polokwane, even though they just beat Polokwane 1-0 with one of those things that Sundowns are actually good at. Sundowns will play the game, you will do your low block. At the end of the day, Sundowns will find a way to score against you. I know lately people have been saying that Sundowns actually been playing bad. Even in the games they win by 1-0, they don't look convincing. I think at some point when we are going down towards the end of the race, you can actually calculate some of the things that are riskier for you to take, or some of the things that are actually good for you to just maintain. If you can maintain a 1-0 standard, not run as much as hard to try and get other goals, and just make sure that you're piling up on points. Even though the goals are the most important right now, if something happens, Sundowns will have to rely on the goals, because Orlando Pirates, they have more goals than Sundowns when it comes to goal difference. Sundowns is 31, Pirates is 39. So that will be a problem for Sundowns. But when it comes to Orlando Pirates have been grinding ever since the season started with Coach Wadu. And you're looking at the fixtures that now are left. They have to go to Cape Town and play Stellenbosch. And then after Stellenbosch, they have to play Makesi. After Makesi, they will be at home playing Durban City. And after Durban City, they have to play the last game of the season against Opitz. And you're looking at those fixtures, you like, the difficult feature on that one will be the Stellenbosch one, because going down to Athlone Stadium won't be an easy fixture, especially midweek. You know what it's going to be. They have dangerous players that they use, Devin Saitas, and they have guys like Mabasa. Kevin Hunt is one of the brilliant coaches that I always say is one of my goats when it comes to South African football, because what he always do whenever it comes to the team, he look at what he have and be like, this is what I have, but I am going to make sure that I'm using these players to get the results I want. So I don't think one of those things will be the things that will actually maybe intimidate him. And some of the teams, they like the fact that they will be the one that are dethroning Pirates in their good run of trying to win the league. And let's talk about the Kaizer Chiefs trap. I think I've said in a couple of weeks back, when I was talking about where Sundowns, I'm expecting them to drop points. I didn't expect Sundowns to drop points against Richards Bay, even though I know going to Mhlathuze is one of those things that it's not an easy task, especially for big teams, because you go there with a certain mentality. The ground is just different. Everything is just different from the things that we are used to. So now teams are started using that against bigger teams so that they can try to get points from those teams, which is a good thing. We love this because it's increasing the competition here in the PSL, because now we've been seeing teams that just go to teams and run them over. But now, Kaizer Chiefs, on the 6th of May, they are playing Mamelodi Sundowns. One of the big games. And I'm saying this because this game is just a standard game. Sundowns, quality-wise, they're beating Chiefs any day. But I'm saying because the game is one of those bigger games, I was expecting Chiefs to actually pull something out of Sundowns. And if they don't pull anything out of Sundowns, I will tell you, where the league is going will be decided on the 6th. If Sundowns can able to drop points on that game against Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates win against Stellenbosch, I am telling you, the league will be favoring more on the way of Pirates than Sundowns, because I don't think the other games are that difficult as Sundowns fixture when it's coming to Orlando Pirates finishing the league. Because Sundowns, I know there's a lot of traveling. You need to make sure that you maintain your quality players, because one thing that we don't really talk about is the squad depth that we don't actually use. Most teams, you don't see them use a squad depth that much because most of the guys that you usually see as one of the quality guys in the bench, they are not good enough on that level to make sure that they come in and able to learn the pattern that you've been using all through this year, the year and the campaign, so able to win this game. So I think one of those things, it's going to be difficult. But what the league is going to learn after the 6th, if Sundowns beat Chiefs, I don't see Sundowns dropping points after that, unless they have some injuries or have some just fine margins there in games where they can just drop points and then. But if they can drop point any further than what they've done so far, Pirates is going to win the league, and I think it's going to be a tough one. So let's look into the run-in, because I think the run-in will actually tell us. Sundowns will have to be at home with Polokwane, and then they will have to play Kaizer Chiefs and Siwelele. The CAF Champions League is playing on the 15th on the 24th. I know we are playing on the 23rd, the last game. I think Sundowns will have to play theirs later on, but that's going to play an advantage to Sundowns if things are going well in their way, but it's also going to be bad for that last game if Sundowns things are not going their way. Because think about it, if they drop points before that they play that last game, there will be no issue for them to actually go there and just lose the game, because they will be like, why are we going out all the way to just make sure that we win the game? So we might see some guys that are not playing to just finish off the season. But if they are having an advantage of winning any game or winning the league, I think it might be difficult, because I think it will be unfair to some of the teams that they will be playing, and then Sundowns will be chilling at home waiting to go and play their game like it's a final. So I think it's one of those things that PSL will need to look at. But why the lead is going to land, I think it will be decided on the 6th, and I think Kaizer Chiefs is the big one that will try to actually do something against Sundowns. And if they don't beat Sundowns, I'm not expecting them to beat Sundowns. I'm expecting them maybe to hold a draw. If they can do it, remember, they are not doing it for themselves. They're doing it for Soweto. Soweto, I think, needs the league. Chiefs last won the league 2015-16, I guess. And Pirates, it's been 14 years, man. 14 years we haven't been winning the league. I know we've been winning all the cups that we are winning, that we're able to win, but winning the league. So now, let's do this. Let's look at some of the formation that might happen. Some of the things that will affect the game. When you look at the way that Pirates have been scoring goals, they scored more goals this season than Sundowns. And you look at the back. At the back, they considered 12 goals. Sundowns considered 13. But now, Sipho Chain is moving into the right direction to win another Golden Glove, because I think he's level with Monique Joseph on 17 clean sheets a season. He needs just one to break that record and just hold that record for himself. And then I think at this moment in time, the way Pirates is playing with their 4-3-3, you're looking at him, he's playing like one of the best players in Africa with 17 goals involvement. And I think Pirates this season, Coach White has been doing some tactical things that are just fabulous, that are just masterclass, that are just unbelievable, the way they've been playing. And I think the most important thing that I've always wanted for Pirates to do was always being consistent, because being consistent is one of the things that will give you the league and a chance to win the league and win more games in the league, because 30 games to play back to back and cups in between and breaks, it's not an easy thing, especially if you're a team that needs momentum. So the only thing that I am concerned about as an Orlando Pirates fan is we don't have enough games that we are going to play at Orlando Amstel Arena, because we all know that we turn that into a slaughterhouse. So I think it will be like a bad thing that we are more on the road than at home. So even if we win the league, we'll be celebrating away from home. So I think that's a bad thing. But I think it's a good thing for the competition. I think it's a good thing for the neutral fans just to see the league going down the wire, where we have to look at these two teams fight for it. And I think Cardoso has been making a lot of complaints about the pitches, about everything. And I think that's not a good thing, especially for our league. If you are really don't fancy our league and the way we are going to compete, you can do us a favor, just make sure that you stay out of our league, because at the end of the day, you hear people on social media now talking about, yeah, Cardoso is right, bruh, I'm not gonna take you into a swimming pool if I know that you are a shark. Let's go to the land, bruh. So give me another chance of making sure that I beat you. So I think Sundowns, if they don't win the league, I think it will be more on Cardoso complaining so much. And if they win the league, it will be a relief for him, because I think it's have more pressure ever since he had like some bad run, which I still don't believe that was a bad run. I think it was just a hiccup and then they came back to it. So I think run in, looking at the fixtures, looking at the games that are going to play, and looking what Sundowns is going to face. So according to the league, Sundowns will take this league because they are on top. If they win all their games, it's over. But when you look at a fixture, I think Orlando Pirates have a better chance of doing it, because Sundowns might get some hiccups because they have to travel, and you will not know what's happening between through the injuries, because the game are going to get difficult as we get closer to the line. So I think the decider for this one will come on the 6th. If Kaizer Chiefs do some business and maybe get a draw against Sundowns, then the momentum will shift back to Orlando Pirates, and then Orlando Pirates will need to make sure that all these games are must-win games. There is no draw. Once they draw, I think also they will need to fold their hands and say, look, it was a good run, we tried to push it, but now we are not going to do this anymore because it will be over. Other than that, thank you so much if you've been watching this video up until this far. Make sure that you comment below if you want to add in what I'm saying. Do you think the running will affect both these teams, or do you think Sundowns playing CAF Champions League final will also be an advantage to the Orlando Pirates side? What do you think? Comment down below. If you haven't been subscribed, please subscribe, please like, please share our content so that we can grow the channel. And my name is Popkiss. This is Impact Play, and I'll see you on the next one.